Hello everyone. Today, we are going to brief you on the Tiebreaker mission for Asean My Cyber Hero 2025. The Tiebreaker mission is a special mission where 2 or more teams with the same marks will compete for the ranking. Only teams with matching scores will be selected to compete in this round. If every team has a different score, then this mission will not be played. The Tiebreaker mission will only be carried out after all defense levels have been completed. Now, let's take a closer look at the Tiebreaker mission. There are only 2 specific missions assigned for this round: Password Policy and Account Lockout Policy. These missions are directly related to Defense Level 1, Computer Operating System Settings, Mission 1. Let's start with Password Policy. We will look into what Password Policy is. How to set up password policies. And what are the bad effects of not setting up password policies? Regarding what is a password policy, it refers to the rules and guidelines that are set to manage and enforce user password security. These are settings that ensure passwords are strong and difficult to guess, with the purpose of protecting computer systems from unauthorized access by hackers. Furthermore, these settings can lock out user accounts after several failed login attempts within a specified period of time. Importantly, these settings help protect user accounts from being hacked, particularly from brute force attacks. Now, let's take a look at how to set up the password policy in a practical way, just like what you might be asked to do during the competition. First, press the Windows key and X together, and then select Windows PowerShell, Admin, from the menu that appears. Once PowerShell is open, we will begin by enforcing the password history setting. This is done by typing netaccounts uniquep 5, which makes the system remember the last 5 passwords used by a user, preventing them from reusing them too quickly. Next, we will set the maximum password age by typing netaccounts maxpwage 60. This means the password must be changed every 60 days. After that, set the minimum password length to 12 characters by typing netaccounts minpulen 12. Now, let's enable the password complexity requirement. First, export the current security settings by typing secedit export cfg$env temp\secpool cfg. Then, type the following command to enable complexity: get content$env temp\secpool cfg. Replace password complexity \s equals \s *d. Password complexity equals 1 set content$env temp\secpool cfg. Finally, apply the updated settings by typing secedit configure db$env window \security \local sdb cfg$env temp\secpool cfg areas securitypollicy. After all these commands are done, you can check the final status by typing netaccounts. Remember, you must press enter after each command to execute it. This is what the password policy settings looked like before any changes were made. As you can see in the local security policy user interface, many of the settings were set to 0 or left disabled. These default settings significantly increase the system's vulnerability to attacks. Once you finish typing all the commands, the final command will show you the changes you've made. And this is what the password policy looks like after the configuration has been completed. In the local security policy interface, you can now see that the rules are properly enforced, making the system more secure. Now, let's address what the bad effects are of not setting password policies properly. Firstly, without proper policies, users may tend to use weak or easily guessed passwords. Examples of these are common and simple sequences like password or 123456, which are very easy for others to figure out. Secondly, when passwords are weak, hackers can automatically try various password combinations. This method, known as a brute force attack, allows them to rapidly attempt many possibilities to gain unauthorized access to a victim's account. Finally, if these attacks are successful, hackers can break into a computer system. Once inside, their actions can include stealing sensitive data, corrupting important files, or even completely taking over the victim's computer system, which can have very serious consequences. This is why having strong password policies is so critical for defense. Now, we move on to account lockout policy. We will look into what account lockout policy is, how to set up account lockout policy, and what are the bad effects of not setting up account lockout policy. What is the account lockout policy? It is an important setting to prevent unauthorized access and protect user accounts from security threats. Beside that, it's a setting that can provide an additional layer of protection by limiting the number of failed login attempts before an account is locked. Also, there are settings that include configurations such as the account lockout period, the number of failed login attempts, and the account lockout count reset period to prevent brute force attacks on user accounts. Let's now set up the account lockout policy. Again, start by pressing the Windows key and X, then choose Windows PowerShell, Admin. First, to set how long an account stays locked after too many failed attempts, type net accounts lockout duration 30. This sets the lockout period to 30 minutes. Next, to define how many failed attempts are allowed before the account gets locked, type net accounts lockout threshold 5. This command will cause the account to lock after 5 incorrect attempts. Finally, to review your current configuration, simply type net accounts. Make sure you press enter after typing each command. In this slide, we show you how the account lockout settings appear in the local security policy menu before any configuration is done. Just like before, the default values are all set to 0, which means the system is left exposed to repeated attacks. Once you apply the commands using PowerShell, you will notice changes in the status output. The confirmation messages will show that each value has been successfully changed. After typing net accounts, you should be able to see the updated configuration reflecting the new lockout policy. This is how the account lockout policy appears in the local security policy menu after the settings have been correctly configured. Now, the system is better protected from brute force attacks. Policy looks like in the local security policy menu after you type the command. What are the bad effects of not setting account lockout policy properly? Hackers or unauthorized users can repeatedly try various password combinations in a brute force type to gain unrestricted access. Next, the user accounts can also be compromised. This will allow attackers to access the system without any hindrance. As we all know, systems without proper account restrictions can be vulnerable to persistent attacks, which will eventually lead to data theft, unauthorized access, and system damage. Now that we've covered both of the tiebreaker missions, let's look at a few tips to make your experience with PowerShell easier and more efficient. First, you can use the up and down arrow keys to scroll through previously typed commands. This saves time and prevents you from having to retype everything. Second, if you made a small mistake in a long line of command, use the left and right arrow keys to navigate and edit only that part of the command. Third, if you want to write a command that spans multiple lines, press Shift and Enter together to continue to the next line without running the command yet. Fourth, make use of the Tab key for autocomplete. Just type part of a command, like set local, then press Tab repeatedly to cycle through available options until you see what you want, such as get local user. And lastly, if you ever want to stop a running process in PowerShell, just press Ctrl and C at the same time. This is useful when a process takes too long or was run by mistake. That brings us to the end of today's video. We have covered all the tiebreaker missions along with some useful tips for you to use during the competition. All the best!